Nowadays what I've realized is that consistency, even in your bad days, is what makes people go far in their life. Because in your life, there are going to be situations where you struggle with things. You are just overwhelmed with that situation. Your life is just pulling you down. You are in a really tough situation in your life, and which happens with people. And in those times, what people do is, if they're doing something productive, if they have a goal that they're striving towards, and when that problem occurs, what happens is they just stop doing that task. They just quit it. And what they think is that once this problem ends, then only I'm gonna restart doing that thing again. And they think it's a good idea to do. But what happens in that situation is that when you just quit doing something that you were doing, it is almost really tough to get back to that same level of consistency and streak that you were maintaining before things got tough in your life. And with life, it does happen. Sometimes life is good, sometimes it is pretty tough. And what I recommend to people they do is, in those times, you don't have to put in 100% of your work, your 100% of productivity. You can bring that to like 50%. You don't have to do the task with 100% efficiency or 100% just full on effort, because that will completely exhaust you, depending upon the situation you are in. Maybe it's a really tough situation in your life, really, like, life is putting you in a really like bad situation. In those times, what they should do, instead of just I'm just gonna put in my 100%, they can just lower that to like around 50%. Or even, like, if it is really tough to concentrate on your work, bringing it down to just like even 25% will help you maintain the consistency. Of course, the production level will go down. Of course, if you're making a video and if you put in a lot of effort into a video, it's gonna feel like, for some time, it's gonna feel like your videos are a bit shitty. It's gonna obviously feel like that, but at least you're posting a video a day, no matter how bad it is. You don't have to, like, by saying that, I'm not saying that you just have to make a shitty video and just post it anyways. Of course not. But of course, put in effort, but as much effort as you can put in. You don't have to force yourself to do a lot of work in that situation you're in. Okay, which will help you be consistent. And also, it is even easier to deal with the bad things in your life, because when that bad problem or the tough time in your life goes away, you kind of realize that, oh no, I have stopped being consistent. And you feel bad. And what people who have been consistent, even putting in like 25% work, what they will realize is, at the end of the day, when their life gets a bit easier, they feel like, oh, I have been productive. Of course, I need to up my production level now, or I need to put in a lot of effort into the task I'm doing. But at least I've been consistent. So they kind of feel proud about that. Proud of themselves. And which helps to just get better in life. And I think what most people need to realize that is, they need to be consistent even in bad days. I don't know if this video made any sense, but yeah.